It's Mark Husson's Astrology Hour. Time for you to expect something wonderful.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome. Mark Husson. This is Mark Husson's Astrology Hour coming to you live at 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. on the East Coast. How you doing? Take a look at the shirt. This is from Carolyn Ferris. She's coming out as an artist. She just had a big signing at a museum. This is available on Amazon. I promised her to come and put the link in. I have so many things to talk to y'all about. It's ridiculous because we made it through that incredible new moon. And I'll tell you, it did not happen the way I thought it was going to happen. It was kind of surprising for me. And so I can't wait to talk to you about it. Let me say hi to the room. And if you're new, come on over to youtube.com/@MHAstrology. See if you can find the live stream and join us in the room. Hopefully this screen is going to change soon. How come the screen isn't changing? Oh, good. You all can see me. It hasn't updated for me yet on the There it is. Okay, thank you. That's good. All right, I had to refresh. Yeah, this is like art from Carolyn, and she did a whole book, and she's really quiet about her stuff. Here, I'm going to stand up. Boo, boo, boo. Look how lit this thing goes, all the way down. Look at that. And it says something at the bottom. Wait a minute. What's it say? Oh, inspire. Yeah, of course. Okay, so let me say hi to you. I got thrown a little bit. I just saw my backyard there. I didn't see it change. So Lori's in the house, and there's Carolyn. Carolyn, put your link in there, baby. Time for you to celebrate your gift and your talent, like everybody that has one and wants to share it, right? Good morning. Beautiful day at Highlands Ranch. Oh, I love that we're sharing the same weather. Looking forward to some great progress and movement. Can't wait for the retrograde to end. Oh, I hate for the retrograde to end. I really do, but I get it. Hi, Lenny. Thanks for being here. It's good to have you in the room. And Terry's in the house. And Ferry and Sherry, thanks for being here. Kat Nicholson's in the house. Hey, Kat, big hearts back to you, baby. Let me see if this still works. My camera working. Look at this. Woohoo! Love that. All right, let's see. Arlene, thanks for being here. And Anne, good to see you. Both Anns. Anne Crowd's in the house. Annie, a lot of the shirts you see me in are also gifts from Annie. You guys are very generous and you're very sweet. Thank you so much for that. Welcome, Annie. Annie's you should see her crafts. Annie, I wish we had a place to link your stuff too. Because she sews a lot and she does like mink coats that are no longer, allowed. She takes those old ones that people want to throw away and she turns them into little beautiful teddy bears. They're beautiful. Hi, Truly. It is also National Fairy Bread Day. Wait a minute. Fairy bread? For those unaware of this New Zealand holiday, it's white bread with butter dipped in sprinkles. Now, who would like something like that? Whew, not me. Yeah, not a bit. Where can I get that stuff? Good. Oh, that's funny. Erica's in the house. Erica, love the show. Thank you. And she knows about that. She wishes they had that celebration there. She's going to put a gratitude meditation on 1 to listen. Oh, that's wonderful. Yes, Erica. Is that going to be under your bio? Just click Erica's. No, wait a minute. I don't know where you're going to put it. Let us know. We'll help you find it. Good morning, everyone. Thank you. Okay, let me just wrap this up, you guys, and I'll bring my attention back here. It's raining in Kansas. Yeah, it was snowing here last night, but it's pretty sweet as you saw earlier. The sun is popping out, and yeah, I know it's really good. Sweet shirt too. Okay, all right. So much to talk to you about. That new moon came, and I was telling y'all about the grand trine that it was connected to. And we talked about how easy grand trines are and how wonderful grand trines are. Let me tell you something. I was born with one. I was born with that trine in water, okay? And yeah, I mean, sometimes it looks like things work out, but it doesn't. They're not without worry and they're not without the stress and the strife. I promise you. I live with a grand square. and I have a grand trine. So I get to watch it in action, and it looks like the grand square's life. It far surpasses the ease of what you would think a grand trine was. Why is that? We're going to talk about it. But that grand trine last week, it was a big triangle. I showed you. Oh yeah, we can't do hand gestures here. Get back down. Get back down. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And so it basically, all of a sudden, this stuff happened. Like Javi had this little bump on his rib, and thank you all for the love and support. It turned out to be a floating rib, and those are normal. And the vet was adorable. I mean, it was so fun to see him. And then I forgot every question I possibly had, but we went on and had Javi's nails trimmed because that's his little pet peeve. But you know, that relief was off. I had nightmares about it. Like, oh, I don't want to deal with this, and I don't want to face anything. Like they can't. I don't celebrate their birthdays deliberately. I don't want to. Why am I celebrating them getting older? I don't like celebrating my own birthday. I know people have these things about it, but I'm not so worried about it as much as it is the people I love and the things I love, right? So that worked out, but there was the smooth flow of energy that was supposed to take place. It seemed like it was a smooth flow of like a mudslide, like it was allowed just to all come in. And I didn't like that very much. Okay. I did not have a good time during that time. And then I launched my store, Astrology for Life, last week in front of you all on the retrograde 2 weeks ago. And in the middle, I go, I can't do this. I hate this because I got a sample back and I was upset with the sample. And Jupiter and Virgo can be really cruel. And so I was like, I don't want to do this. And I went back to Shopify and I'm like, okay, I'm going to turn the store off. And then their little AI popped up and said, what's up? And I go, I'm closing the store down. I got a sample and I don't have time to deal with this. Do you know that little shit said, hey, that is a sign of a good store owner. You care about your products, and people aren't going to be as picky as you are, number one. And number two, they love that you endorse the product. I mean, it was all about me, of course. And he talked me out of closing the store. So I reopened it. And then I found this amazing artwork that I paid for that is now tarot in astrology form. So the store, Astrology for Life, is going to be everything astrological. So you shop based on your sign. Now, I'm not using it to make my livelihood. Like, I don't expect to get rich on this. So if you do go there and shop and you have a problem, it's me. You'll talk to me. I will take care of you. If you find that something's not good quality, or if you find you're disappointed, we will just have you return it. I don't care. You got me. I mean that. And so I'm like, okay, I mean, let's give it a whirl. So I have worked morning, noon, and night. Now, I'm not playing a violin over it, but I have done, it's like the artwork, making sure it's clear in the background, making sure it's transparent, what it looks like on a shirt. When I saw how Carolyn did these, I was so envious. Like, hers just came out so perfect. Like, they're so beautiful. And the art is so big. And, you know, her art really works well big. And she has an image of it in this beautiful modern art house where it's a gigantic wall piece, right? And they're just full of color. They're like Maxfield Parrish color. I don't do any of that. Okay. I love that picture of a crab. Some will do that. And so anyway, Astrology for Life, if you care. Now, this is Thanksgiving week. I got together and decided I was going to do a little thing about, like, some I talked to some people who said they weren't going for Thanksgiving. They weren't going to do their Thanksgiving. They were done with family, blah, blah, blah. And so I had this thought with John. We were laughing. Like, what if we did a little shtick about what it feels like when you don't show up based on your sign? Okay. Okay. I did a little bit. And me and John were cracking up. Now, I'm just going to do them throughout the show. But like, for example, you're an Aries and you decide not to show up to your family Thanksgiving dinner. Why are your relatives secretly grateful that you're not coming this year? Okay, you ready? I have so much I could have said. I told John, no, I have to shorten this. Because, you know, when it comes down to that Jupiter and Virgo being critical, Okay, Aries. Why are your relatives secretly grateful you're not coming to Thanksgiving this year? Well, because now dinner can actually start on time instead of waiting for you to finish one last quick errand that turned into a spontaneous road trip to 3 different states. Okay. All right. I'm going to do 2, and then we'll talk about what's going on in the sky. Let me see how y'all are doing. Okay. I think y'all are okay, right? Yay. I'm so glad. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay, good. We're going to talk about that too. Taurus, why are your relatives secretly grateful you're not coming for Thanksgiving this year? Well, because they can finally serve some store-bought rolls. Oh my God, that is so crazy. And without hearing a 45-minute lecture about how your homemade recipe is superior and watching you side-eye everybody's food choice. Okay, Taurus, now I'm picking on everybody equally. It's an equal opportunity pick-on day. Except Cancers, you know, people will be crying when you don't show up. Okay, no, I'm teasing. No, I'm not. All right, let's have some fun. Now, I'm going to bring the screen over. So we're going to go over to the screen. I'm going to check your comments here in a little bit. I'm sorry. Should I be cracking myself up? That is funny. All right, what is that? All right, okay. Yeah, well, there's my notes. Oh, don't read them yet. I got to get the monitor over here. That's funny. Okay. Where is my big monitor? Why aren't you showing up? Hold on. Not that one. Astrology alert, background. This one. There it is. Restart the capture. There we go. Okay. Oh, that's so funny. All right. Now, I'm going to bring this up close, and we're going to do what I usually do, which is bring on the planets one at a time. All right? By the way, thanks again for your support and love of the membership. You're so sweet. And many of you are taking advantage in a good way. Take advantage of the offer to see John. I've got more coming. Also, you can still go over to writtenbythestars.com and use the password that's in the post and take advantage of all the discounts on the reports. You can send those as gifts. And I mean, good time to do it too. All right, let's take a look here. Here's the sun. This is for Thanksgiving Day, you guys. The sun's going to be at 6 degrees Sag, and the moon is going to be at 4 degrees Pisces. Anybody any of you advanced students, probably a little intermediate, you know that when a mutable sign and a mutable sign, okay, this is mutable Sag, Pisces is mutable. When they're close in degree, that's called a square. So the sun and moon are going to be square that day, which means that there will be some emotion, high emotion, but also there'll be some fun. Okay. So those of you that are attending, where the family's going to be grateful, that's going to be fun. Now, let me bring in some planets here because I want you to see some of this, some of the effects. Okay. Hold on. Let's see. Not that. Here it is. All right, we're going to bring in Mercury. Now, Mercury is coming down to a slow crawl. So Mercury is going to be stuck here at 20 degrees, 19 degrees for a little bit of Scorpio. That means that what we have can still sting, okay? You still have the Scorpio stinger, and you still can be like intense about whatever it is you're doing. But that's, and also it's a thing about like, you don't forget the past harms. So that's saying like, it might be good that some of you don't go to Thanksgiving dinner if you do have relatives of different opinions. But this is sort of saying I'm hanging on to my opinions and my ideas. And we're getting ready for the retrograde to go direct. So I'll talk to you about that. I do celebrate the retrogrades because so much good happens. I feel like it's like you missed a spot. It's like you missed a spot and the retrograde lets you go fix it. And I love that. All right. So that's Mercury. It's just doing its thing. Now I'm going to bring Venus into the scene. See, it's blinking. Okay. I'm going to bring Venus in. And now Venus, this is a big deal because Venus is exactly being, if you're a Libra and you're a Taurus, you have been dealing with this. Now keep an eye at the top of the screen. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, Uranus is fighting with Venus. Uranus and Venus are in opposition. If you've been a Taurus and a Libra and you haven't found your balance, if you felt like things are a little too chaotic, if you felt that things were hard to get your handle on, and just surprise after surprise after surprise, or like, whoops, or ready for one. This is because of this angle here. This Venus and Uranus are opposite, and that's surprise components. And that could be for Thanksgiving Day too. That's going to be more of that surprise element coming into the picture. Now, Venus and Mercury were together and still are kind of close. They're moving further and further apart. But we had a moment there where things actually started feeling pretty decent. And we started feeling okay about what was going on. Now, let me look at how y'all are doing. Thank you, Lenny. That is so great. Thank you so much for the love, honey. Is it a good week to be born? My sister is due this week with baby number 5. Is it a good week to be born? I kind of think, what choice do we have? But let me tell you, yes, every chart, this is based on the Magi astrologers. No matter how ugly an aspect looks to us, like a square and an opposition, when it becomes your natal chart, it becomes the most beautiful thing in the world. And I'm not just being poetic. We'll talk about that. But they say that you charm your chart because you have all these tools available that nobody else can use, and that you're a walking universe of that energy. So really appreciate it. Yay. I know the retrogrades do help. They really do. You need these moments where nobody wants to take a respite, and I'm not even saying you do rest during the retrogrades. It's actually, you work a little harder, but it is, let me bring my cell phone here so y'all can see my facial expressions. Squint, because here I come. Okay, there I am. Hey, so the retrograde can help you. If you don't take a break, if you don't like take a break and like, okay, let's get back through this. There was so much that got uncovered. I had a day literally during the retrograde where I think I spewed verbally some really vile, toxic thoughts I was having. And they're not like dark. It's like things that I was hurt by. And from years ago. And they were coming up like, oh my God, what the hell? And I'm telling you, it was the best bath I ever had. It was so freeing to me. But I was going through like how my life and the perspective of life being that, I was basically not raised, that I got it to that point where I was like, you weren't even raised. And it was silly. But it was so cathartic and so emotional and so powerful. The next day I woke up and I could actually feel I had some dopamine. I was feeling okay. Like, oh my God, this feels really good. Like, and I knew what I was doing. I knew I was like playing it up and being a victim and, like being all like whatever I needed to, whatever I was feeling in the moment. And it all just went away. Because it all just is illusion and interpretation, right? That's what we do. It's just, we make it up, we tell a story, and then we can, that thing about you tell a story and then you swear by it? I mean, you double down on your story because that's the story and that's what I'm sticking to. Well, okay, if that supports you, but I'll tell you, I know a lot of people that are stuck in the story, and it's not helpful. It's helpful to know you're stuck in the story, though. Just know you're stuck there. I mean, I see it all the time. I mean, it's like this repeating pattern of people and this theme that they have to get out over and over and over. And I have a couple that are big themes for me that are like, get over. Will you ever get over this? Probably never. But at least I can say probably never and laugh at it because it just somehow got stuck as a broken record in there. But the observer can look and say, that's a broken record. And I go, I know. What are we doing? We're both looking at it going, he's just going on and on. Like he's just still talking about that hook that he has. And eventually it diminishes in power. And that's the gift of the observer. And that's why these aspects are helping with that. They're sort of loosening up this sort of like victimized storytelling that we do. And I think that's a big theme here. And let me go on and show you some other things. Now, something's happening on Thanksgiving Day. Saturn is moving direct. Where are you? My notes. Yes, Saturn is no longer retrograde on Thanksgiving Day night, like about 8 p.m. Saturn stops and it starts going forward. So if you've been dealing with a Saturn return, if you've been dealing with, or here, let me bring Saturn onto the screen. So keep an eye on the screen. It should be somewhere up there by the moon. There it is. Yeah, there it is. So Saturn's in Pisces now. It's going to stop and it's going to move forward. And you know what I think? I don't think it's ever going to, let me see if it's ever going to be in Pisces again once it leaves Pisces. Saturn, let's see, it'll be out of Pisces in February, never to return. So once it moves forward, it's moving forward all the way. There is no Pisces return here. Okay. So if you have Saturn in Pisces, you're done with your Saturn return. This is it. Congratulations, you did it. And you know what? The second Saturn return, I don't care what anybody says, I take that over the first one in a million years, number one and number two. I mean, not really. I love them because I feel like it's that new chunk of growth. Like, you know, construction is always happening in some cities. There's always construction, always road construction. But there's this moment where like that construction is now a new highway. And that's what Saturn, the retrogrades kind of do. They sort of build and build and build in the Saturn return. And you've got this new highway that you can finally ride on. Okay. But all the pain and all the irritation up to that, not very fun. Now, that's big on Thanksgiving Day. So we're now, again, in water. So we have Venus is trining that Saturn. Look how perfect trine that Venus at 26, Saturn at 25. That's beautiful. That means, okay, we have some potential for getting along. This is also big forgiveness potential. And forgiveness, again, isn't you being magnanimous. I want you to get that. It's not a big thing of you. And people virtue signal forgiveness all the time. I forgive them, you know, whatever. What you do is you remember in forgiveness that you're fine and the other person is fine. And it's all just the mental stuff that makes it such a sin. Okay. But it's like you can't be hurt and you can let that hurt go if you want. And I tried to talk myself. Like when I'm in the middle of it, when I was doing my spew, you couldn't talk me out. No, I was right. And I get righteous and my head bobs and I'm like, yeah, I'm right. But I'm really not. I'm really not. What I really am is hurt. And that's what forgiveness is all about. Like coming home and saying, it's okay. It's okay to you. We don't bless that on other people. That doesn't make us big. We bless it in ourselves by going, you know what? You can't be hurt here. Those are just words. Those are just thoughts. Those are, you know, and you work on that. It's hard sometimes because we care so much. All right, you ready for the lighten it up? Why your relatives are secretly grateful you're not coming to the table, Gemini? Because your Uncle Bob can finally finish telling that story without you interrupting. Oh, that's so mean. Without you interrupting him 3 times to fact check him on your phone and then pivot the conversation to 6 other topics that you never come back to and you promise you will. Okay? Okay, Cancer, you ready? Cancer, you ready? Why your relatives are secretly grateful you're not coming to the table? Because the kitchen is only big enough for one person to have an emotional breakdown while stress cooking. And Aunt Linda called dibs this year. All right. It was funny when I wrote it. All right, one more. Leo, why are people grateful you ain't coming to the table? You because now everyone might get to actually share their life updates instead of you turning it into your personal photo album on your phone and your recent achievements, and complete with all the evidence and bringing the receipts. Okay, that's funny. We'll come back to Virgo here in a minute, but let's continue with the week ahead. Oh, I should check on how y'all are doing. Hi, Pamela. Welcome. You're never late. Hi, Lori. Thanks for explaining how the Libra chaos. This really explains a lot lately. Wow. Hey, and Lori and Catherine are teaching this thing to help you get along. It's like a meditation at 1-2 Academy. Go check 12academy.com. They're doing a guided meditation. I believe now, Lori, am I wrong that y'all are doing that, right? I should go look. I'm so bad. If you're not doing it, then I'll announce it the next time you are. But I did think y'all were doing that, something on 12 Academy that was for right before Thanksgiving. I know you're doing one for us as a staff, which is wonderful. So put it in there if you are. Okay, what? Thanks, Ann. I know. Us Geminis always love to talk and ask questions. I know. I have Venus in Gemini, and one thing I said in my gratitude prayers is don't let me ever quit. Don't ever let me lose my curiosity. And I know it bugs some certain people I live with because I'm always going. Somebody will say something, and I'll go, "Ooh, how does that happen? Like, what's the mechanism for that?" Like, I'm curious. Okay. There's so many little fads that happen in the world. I want to know who decided them. Where did they get started? How? One person puts it up there, and what's that mean? How does it go viral? Why are there 38 kids on TikTok, 38 million kids on TikTok doing the same little stick? Like, who's doing that? Who's holding the strings? Is it China? I don't know. But is it one person puts out this dance and then all of a sudden the world why am my dance getting famous? I don't know. But my little Gemini does ask that question a lot. All right, let me see how y'all are doing. I was looking for my solar return. I got for my birthday, 11/24 is going to be highlighted. I'm in my Saturn return. It's been brutal. I love hearing the shifts are coming. I'm so sorry. Mary. That's got to be harsh. Saturn is brutal, especially in Pisces, especially when you're a sensitive soul and when you have connections and you built your life around other people. Saturn's like, tick, 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 tick. It gives us a big no. It teaches us how to say no, but it can be very brutal if you're a Pisces and saying no and being separate or being cut off or any of that stuff is being asked of us. So I hope it does get easier for you. Colette Baron Reed. I haven't heard that name in so long. Stop sitting in your dirty diapers. Ooh, I know. And I agree. I have Venus and Gemini too. We do drive other people crazy. We do. I am genuinely curious. There's something in me that I live vicariously through other people. I think Venus and Gemini might do that because that's what TV shows were for me. I think I told you all that. They put me in front of the TV when I was young. My babysitter, and I was fascinated by the dumbest sitcoms because they would teach me how to react to crazy situations, and I always felt prepared. And I think I used them a lot. Like, I think I used those to understand life a little bit. Like, I don't know, but I do. Okay. Thank you, Lenny. She's so sweet. I'm so grateful for you, Mark, the 1-2 family, and our Astro tribe here. What a fun way to start Thanksgiving week. Yay! I wanted it to be fun for us today, you guys. Okay, listen. Why is the family going to celebrate that Virgos aren't here? Oh, I'm fall over laughing. I really picked things in my head that I thought were funny. Because the family is eating dinner at 4 p.m. like heathens. And they simply cannot handle your visible distress about the incorrect timeline and the improperly folded napkins. Oh my gosh. Okay, Libra, why are they happy you aren't coming? Who would be happy that Libra isn't showing up? Well, because deciding on a restaurant took 3 hours last year and you still weren't happy with the choice. Oh my God. I just throw people I know in this scenario and it cracks me up. Also, you brought a date no one had met and then spent the whole time asking if we liked them. Oh my gosh, that's so funny and so appropriate. How come it's so much more fun to make fun of the signs than it is to sort of tell how wonderful and sweet you are? I don't know. I think dishing the dirt is so much more fun. Okay, so what are we looking for? I'm looking for links to classes if y'all have them. So Lori, if you're doing a class, put it up there. Carol and Ferris, we're looking for the Amazon link. Please, she has these shirts on Amazon. I want everybody to feel that they could buy them. and then Astrology for Life. You can go check out Astrology for Life. Remember, Astrology for Life is a pet. It's not like this thing I'm building, and hope you all go shop there. But I do hope if you do shop there that you'll give me feedback. And then if you're not happy with something, feel free, send that sucker back. Because I'm having fun. I haven't seen it all. They're doing some embroidery for me. So I'm having some of the tarot images embroidered, like where they actually have the machine that does that. So we'll see. I think it looks good. It looks kind of cool. I think you will see. And if you don't like them, you got me. I tell you, I'm here. This Taurus knows you're right. Store-bought rolls, please. You guys, why is it so funny? I love that so much. I do love our darker sides. I think it's all that Scorpio in me. I do love the darker side. It's like side eye. If I couldn't side eye somebody, I don't know what I would do. And then who's going to trust me? Because I look you straight in the eye and go, it's fine, it's fine. And then I have to look over here and go, it isn't fine. No, it isn't. I hate that about myself, but I'm sorry, it's there. And I'm the first to call it out. Okay. All right. Now, let me see something. What were we doing? We're doing the chart real quick. Let's look at this. What's going on? I feel so silly today. I feel like I drank. I didn't. You all know I don't drink, right? You all know I am dry as a bone. I can't drink. Now, these people did bring us a bottle of wine. John did a reading for a couple, they were a retired couple. Let me just say that. And they brought this amazing, I think it's a Pinot Noir. And anybody that knows me and John, we are like silly we don't drink. We just don't drink. It's not a thing. And so, but we tasted that. It was good. It was good. But one sip and I was like this. But yeah, whatever. Anyway, nobody cares. Let me go on. Let's see what we have here. We got to bring the rest of the planets into the picture. Just make it complete so we can look at what's happening for the week. My goodness. We know Mercury's going direct. Here's Mars. Let's do Mars. Stare at the screen. Here we go. Boom, 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 boom. Next to the sun. The sun's coming up on Mars. Oh, my goodness. I'm glad it's not next to Mars during Thanksgiving because that would be a little too much. But that Mars, let me think, is it doing anything? It's kind of coming up to square Saturn, so it does present some tension. I think it could be a mixed bag this Thanksgiving, to tell you the truth, which might be why it might be fun if you didn't come and let us have this fun here. Speaking of Scorpio, why your relatives are secretly grateful you're not coming to Thanksgiving this year. Because last year you casually brought up something embarrassing that happened in 1987. And everyone's still in therapy about it. The family secrets can rest for 1 year. Scorpios, y'all never forget. Y'all need to lighten up. Really. I have it. I know. But y'all need to lighten up. I mean, latch onto something. It's crazy. Okay, Sagittarius, why is your family secretly grateful you're not coming this year? Because you showed up 3 hours late last year, told everyone their lives were too conventional, and then left early to catch a flight somewhere more authentic. I hope I'm at a table when the person doesn't show up and we're all allowed to diss them. Like, that's what you get. Okay, Capricorn, why is your family secretly grateful? Wait a minute, secretly? Yeah, that you're not coming. Because now people can enjoy their mashed potatoes without hearing about your 5-year plan, investment portfolio, or how this gathering is technically a waste of productive hours. Yes, Capricorn, you do that. Everything builds on something else. Aquarius, I'm going on. Let's do it, right? Let's just get in my way. Okay, I couldn't wait to get these to y'all. Aquarius, why is your family secretly grateful you're not coming to Thanksgiving dinner? Because the family wants 1 year where someone doesn't explain why traditional holiday celebrations are corporate constructs while simultaneously judging everyone's basic energy. Guilty as charged, right, Aquarians? All right, lastly, Pisces. Why is your family, your relatives, secretly grateful you aren't coming to the table? Because you cried during grace, cried during dinner, cried during dessert, and everyone's emotionally exhausted. Also, you're still missing from last year because you went to find yourself. Okay, that's it. That's my gig. That was my shtick. Okay, I hope you enjoyed it. Now, I'm gonna check on y'all. Woo, I had fun. I hope y'all did. Okay. Oh, that's so funny. That is so funny to me. They won't miss Virgo rewashing dishes as we set the table. Isn't that cute? You know, the Virgos I know, they bite their tongue about all that stuff. They do, but you know they're thinking it. Where is your store online? Oh, Annie, it's just astrologyforlife.com. I hope it's still there. Astrology for Life, FOR, life.com. So now let's take a look at did I get all the planets in? Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, I didn't get them all in. Hold on. Ooh, that was fun. Thank you, Lenny. That was fun for me, man. That was so much fun. I'm going to do more of that. Bring y'all some Cancer humor, but you have to be in the mood, you know? I have to be in the mood. This is that mood thing that Cancers talk about, right? So if I'm got something on my mind, I can't be funny. And I act like I don't have, I act like it's nothing. I'm always like this, but I'm not. So you all can tell when I got something on my mind. You can tell with any Cancer has something on their mind because they get weird. They're half there and they're kind of chuckling, but they ain't all there. And Cancers, you know, we get funny. Okay. I laugh so hard. All right. Jupiter, look at this. Jupiter is still doing that grand trine. Now, after last week, I don't look forward to these grand trines anymore. Oh, so fickle. Well, I mean, I like them. I'm glad we have them. But look, Jupiter trining Venus. Let's take a look at this. Jupiter 24 Cancer, Venus 26 Scorpio, Saturn 25 Pisces. We have a water sign represented at the same degree, near the same degree in every situation here, making it a perfect grand trine. So Venus is having a ball with Saturn and Jupiter. Now, Venus and Jupiter is kind of amazing, and I should give you some serious, I want you to really appreciate this, a serious thing that what Magi says about when Venus and Jupiter come together, okay? This is the book, the Magi Astrology, the Key to Success in Love and Money, okay? And then let me show you what they say, because this will give you some hope. Even though I was being a little sarcastic about mine. As a Pisces, I love that last line of being lost from last year, trying to find myself. I'm so glad you find the humor in it, Lori. Donna, Mark, you really worked me up this morning. I'm a 12th house Cancer sun. Cancer rising, conjunct Uranus. Laughed at your Thanksgiving jokes. Love your show. Thanks, Donna. Yay! Oh, I'm so glad my diabolical plan worked. Okay. Check this out, you guys. Jupiter, I had it bookmarked. Silly me. All right, come here. Check this out. Jupiter and Venus. Oh, it has to be under the Venus one. That's why I can't find it. Okay, here it is. Venus and Jupiter, an enhancement. Extremely good time to try to make amends for past wrongdoings in a relationship and ironing out differences. I mean, Thanksgiving. Hello. This is a good aspect time to ask for understanding and forgiveness or to convince someone of something that is true and fair. The truth is easier to see during this aspect. Isn't that weird? I love it. This is also a very good aspect for weddings and engenders loyalty and honesty. The baby being born this week, grand trine is going to be in their chart. Love it. For these reasons, it's an excellent aspect to begin a romance that you hope will lead to marriage. Wow, they're so weirdly old-fashioned. In matters of money, very helpful in business related to beauty, such as the fashion and makeup industry, and it's a good day for starting anything where integrity and loyalty are of utmost importance, such as a law firm or a bank. Okay, y'all need to get some, if you need to get some financial stuff done, this aspect is pretty sweet, this grand trine. You're going to launch something, great time to launch it. Now, if you're stuck on Mercury retrograde and I can't launch my business under a retrograde, you saw me launch my business. You saw me go through my stuff I went through, but I hope to go through that with any business that I launch. Plus, don't forget that over 50% of the Fortune 500 companies launched under a retrograde. It's hard not to because they're frequent. And so you can't let little passing of Mercury mean that much. These aspects are so much bigger and so much more important. Oh, good. We're doing good. Oh yes, Lori's doing the family healing meditation on Tuesday, November 25th at 5 p.m. Lori, do you have the link? All you have to do, like, click the class link at One Two Academy. So it's at One Two Academy, you guys. It's the healing meditation on Tuesday, November 25th at 5 p.m. Okay, you guys, all you do is call in and they do the rest. And just by signing up, you're going to get a recording emailed to you. So we'll see if Lori will get us the link here. You have to watch Home for the Holidays, funniest Thanksgiving movie ever. Okay. Is that Chevy Chase? Is that a Chevy Chase one? I think I remember. I think it's a yearly thing. But yeah, that it sounds like one of those. And it is fun to watch those comedy. Like, we don't see a lot of good comedies. We had a few. We just watched a couple really fun comedy. We watch too much TV. I think I quit talking to y'all about it because it sounds like that's all I do. So I was like, I'm not going to recommend anything else, even though I did see The Conjuring, the latest Conjuring. Okay, that's perfect. All right. Yes, Mark. Yeah. Okay, the healing meditation. 12academy.com. Look for the healing meditation. It's Tuesday. Once you sign up for it, you don't have to do anything. If you want to go attend live, you pick up your phone and call the 800 number that is emailed to you with a special code. And at that time on Tuesday, you go through the meditation. Oh, Robert Downey and Holly Hunter. Oh, I love those, both of them. Okay, I'm on. I'm in. So you just call in and you listen, and then when it's done, you hang up and you will be emailed the recording. And these meditations are like powerful. I don't know if you know Catherine or Lori. Hopefully you do know them by now. They're advisors at 12listen.com, but their backgrounds are amazing. And so to have them join together to bring a healing, so to get you ready for the holidays, I mean, it's kind of perfect. And they're doing it for the staff as well, for us. And so they're doing two different ones. Okay, I love that. Look, you got some fans on that movie. I love that. Okay, Home for the Holidays. Love it, love it, love it. I remember Holly Hunter was like the Meg Ryan, like the golden Hollywood person, and then it just stopped. But the last one I saw was As Good as It Gets with Jack Nicholson, which I loved, where he had OCD pretty bad. And then, notice how they just kind of disappear. And then I don't want to know anything else. I don't want to. I'm a firm believer in don't meet your heroes. Jupiter and Virgo, Scorpio moon, Saturn and Scorpio rising. I don't want to meet my heroes. I'll be like, that's a little disappointing. You know who didn't disappoint me? And I got to be up close and personal with her? Louise. Louise was, what you see is what you get with Louise. Even worse, even tougher. But I love that she's tough because she, I told you, I went from, I'm going to be so good and we're going to be best buds to I'm the chauffeur. But she met John. I have a picture of her and John that says it all. She's literally melting into his chest right here. She loved him. She loved him. That was all she wrote. She met John and it was like, he made it good for her to be there. He made it safe. And then she'd be like, Mark the car. Like, okay. But other than that, don't meet your heroes. I think it's terrible. You start evaluating them. You start looking for flaws. I think it's unconscious. We start looking for reasons to be like, okay, they're not all that. And which is why it's so hard for so many people that I know to get out here in front of you all. They're afraid that because they meet their heroes and do that, you're going to meet, not that, I'm using the word hero, but meet somebody that you've known about for a while, that you're going to see all the flaws and hate them. And it's tough. It's tough. I just figured, I got to come out. It doesn't matter. Love me, hate me, do whatever. But just, I got to come out and be me. So I'm glad I did because you guys are gorgeous. You really are. you're you're an amazing group. All right, let's see if anything else is going on. Did I get them all out? And then I'll check on. We'll have comments and we'll see if anything else is going on. We got to get Pluto out there, Neptune out there. Okay, here's Pluto. Boop 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 boop. 1 degree of air, Aquarius, and Neptune. Where are you? Ooh, of course. Next is, oh yeah, part of that grand trine. Oh my gosh, I'm telling you that last week beat me up so bad. I mean, I know for me, I'm being dramatic, but it beat me up so bad. I was like, ugh, where's the grand trine? Where's the grand trine? And John's like, you're in it. This is the mud. It was just like, ugh. And so it was perfect. It was such a great lesson, such a good lesson. Because no matter what life brings you, you got to keep going. I got to take care of the boys. I got a dentist appointment tomorrow. Like, I don't want to do that. When did I agree to that? Back in June, they said, you got an appointment. You got 4 fillings. Like, okay, whatever. So anyway, let me see what I got Lori here. I couldn't get the flyer on YouTube, but we need the link. All we need is the link. So yeah, the link on 1-2-Listen. If anybody, yeah, Lori, that's beautiful. That's okay. She has a beautiful flyer here that explains what they're up to. But I think if you just get the link on 1-2 Academy, I think I can do that right now. Actually, let me go do that for you all. It's important because we don't get an opportunity to really share the classes that we're teaching and in a way that makes a big difference. Here it is. Okay. Oh, I see. It's not on. Okay. It's not out yet at 1-2. It's not on the, I don't see it on 1-2-Listen. Okay. All right. It doesn't matter. We'll figure it out and then go check on 1-2-Listen because Christine Dumaurier and Kat both have classes up there. And then we'll get Lori's up if they're doing them through 1-2-Listen. It might be just the one she's doing for us. I don't know. I didn't get a chance to talk to her before the show, so my apologies if I missed that up. All right. What else we got here? We will have the link on 1-2 Academy shortly. Okay, good. She's going to put that link up for us. And you all go to 1-2 Academy, check it out. But I would think you still really will enjoy the class. Carolyn Ferris, you got to get your link to Amazon up for your t-shirts. There's so many. And if you all listen, if you're listening, if you're in the room and you have a store and you have jewelry, I know some of you do jewelry, put it up, get us a link. It's holiday time, right? We want to be friendly. I think I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Share your stuff. Not everybody, I mean, it's like, this is at least a small community that might be willing to go take a look. I know a lot of us love supporting the small businesses, right? I mean, that's what we love doing. And then I virtue signal it all over the place. I got this from a little mom and pop shop. Okay. What else are we doing? Let me see. Y'all are good. Okay. Thanks, Lori, for letting me know. Hi, Becca. Oh my God, Louise. This is how I found you, Mark. Louise. Oh, Becca, that's so sweet. I know Louise was such an angel. I mean, I knew meeting her was going to be ridiculous for me because when I came to Denver, I went and I had to do daycare. I mean, that minimum wage job, they were like, why do you want a minimum wage job? It's like, because I can't find a freaking job. Think I want to do this? And so, I mean, I was looking everywhere. And it was like, okay, I'll take a minimum wage job. At least I can work with kids. I feel safe with y'all. I'm a Cancer. And I was horrible to those kids. I wasn't really. But I told y'all I made them call me Mr. Beautiful. And I had a big tray of brownies, which they lived for. And I'd say, good morning, class. And they had to say, good morning, Mr. Beautiful. And it just rang throughout the whole thing. And I was listening to Louise, and I thought that's an affirmation. If you have children call you Mr. Beautiful, I could have had him Mr. Successful or something, but they couldn't get all them S's out. So they would be like, and then little Devon, if you ever grow up, you're probably 20 now. Geez. He would go, good morning, Mr. Ugly. Oh, it's so much fun. And I'd say, Devon, I'm so glad you're not hungry because I really wanted your brownie. Oh, he would freak out. We had so much fun. I did have fun, but it was hard because it was minimum wage. And, you know, I mean, what was I going to do? And I was listening to Louise every day on an affirmation. She would do the affirmations. I would do them over and over and over. It's when I finally realized I am tired of lying to myself. I am not happy. I am not in love with myself. I do not have abundance. I am not feeling it. And it's where I started creating this idea of tell the truth. This feels like crap. I don't like this. And you know what? That's when it all changed. I mean it. It's when it all changed. When I quit doing the fluff, when I quit doing the lie to yourself stuff. And I said, God, I remember this. I went from the daycare to a lawn maintenance service. I was mowing lawns, so, you know, from hell to hell. And it was like hell level 1 to hell level 2. And I remember it was getting November. We had our first snowflake. It was dark early. And a manager of us came in and went, and we never saw him. He goes, you go pick up the dog shit on aisle, you know, whatever, in front of apartment 10. And I go, okay. And I go out there and I look, and this little single snowflake came down. I know I'm being dramatic, but this is how I remember it. I really did. Little single snowflake came down, and I said, God, I don't want to do this anymore, please. And the next day is when everything changed. I got heard from the state for an interview. It went on and on. And beautiful stories. So anyway, that was a moment where I was like, tell the truth. Sometimes it sucks to be here, right? It always sucks to be here. There's always something going to pull the rug out from under you. So what do we do about it? We celebrate those joyful moments when they come. We celebrate being in a good mood when they happen. We learn to laugh when we can. We learn to remember what to be grateful for and have a little list of things in case we forget and we're starting to succumb to the things that are overwhelming us. And then we do what we can one step at a time to take care of who we are. And that's how we do it. And sometimes it's about helping other people. And sometimes it's about just sort of like getting yourself back and feel good and be okay with all the choices that you made. And that's, again, that personal forgiveness. I made choices. So what? Some of them were wrong. And that's where find the so what in the what so comes in. Okay? All right. I'm getting ready to wrap it up. We got Kat. Thank you, Liz. We got Kat coming. After this, I'll put her address up. She's on the closing screen. Her show, beautiful. Like she's live, and they'll have like she'll take your questions. And I was going to do a show where I'm going to take your questions. For members, I'm going to do a show where we just do questions and do your charts, and we're just going to have fun. I mean that. We're going to do a live stream. I'm going to get it done. I got to talk to my boy, Sebastian, to see how we're going to set that up. But where I'm just going to live stream like this and have y'all come in the room and only members. Because I want to spend some time with you. I just want to make sure it's something that is worthwhile for all of you to be a part of. Okay, listen, I don't know how to say thank you. I'm terrible at this. I get all choked up, but I so appreciate you with the bottom of everything I have, including my heart. You mean the world to me. You really do. And I'm so grateful for your willingness to show up and say how much it means to you to be here. And so many of you do. So thank you. Thank you for the support, both visible and invisible, because I know not everybody can make it to the room, and yet I feel your love and support. It's amazing to me. It keeps me going. It really does. I'm going to keep inventing ways, keep that Venus and Gemini, right, Ann, going to keep us curious, to keep us active, to keep us guessing what's next. But I hope your Thanksgiving week is filled with a million billion reasons for you to be grateful, and that so many that you can't even keep up. Like that's what we're going for this year, that you are overwhelmed this week by the amount of gratitude and love that comes in. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Mwah. Happy Thanksgiving. I'll put Kat's address up there. Go check out 12 Academy, astrologyforlife.com, and Carolyn Ferris's t-shirts at Amazon. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for all you do. I'll be here next week. Happy Thanksgiving. Take care of your butts. Okay, I'm going to get the ending screen up there and play the music, and we're going to head out.